Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Breeze's Saints going up against Bradford's Vikings.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, add that play to his resume, Real, because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Brees to throw on second down. And he's got it over the middle. Fleener. And down he'll go at the 25. The reception good for 7. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Brees. And the tight end has it, Fleener. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Brees finding Fleener for New Orleans first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Ingram again. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He finds McKinnon, complete. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Again, it's Murray. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
You and I both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. A toss to Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Laquan Treadwell, 26 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Forbath out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 1st down, Breeze. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Tom Johnson continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll get 3 up to midfield.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Bradford now from the 50. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face a third down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Bradford on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Bradford hitting Thielen there for a Viking first. Two minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Bradford. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no 1st down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Breeze now on 1st down. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Now that gives us time here, a little bit of a sad note to pass along that I'm sure most folks have heard. Y.A. Tittle passed away at the age of 90, 7-time Pro Bowler in the NFL.
Phenomenal player. Started his career at LSU in college, moved on to the NFL. Mercifully, his name, Yelberton Abraham, shortened to Y.A. A lot of the guys called him Yat for Y.A. Tittle. But he played in San Francisco, helped popularize the alley-oop pass, which became a big-time play in their playbook. With the Giants, 3 straight championship games. Unfortunately, never won one. But still, big-time player, big-time leader, and he will be missed by the NFL community.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. Breeze now on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this 1st half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
Let's see if they do just that. 2nd half starts with a run by Murray. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Working out of the gun, Bradford. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. In search of something here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Bradford getting his guys ready. A play fake. Bradford in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Manti Te'o. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Ginn. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Shotgun now for Breeze. It's complete to Snead.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On second down, here's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. From the gun, it's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Breeze to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Breeze. And he's got it. And he's brought down after a good gain. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram taking it in. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A first down throw for Bradford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, that gives us a second here to talk about the Chiefs. 5-0. Not only that, but nobody else in the AFC is 4-1. Best record behind them, 3-2.
Obviously, they're talented. They've had a good record going for the last few seasons under head coach Andy Reid. But it's funny, one of our colleagues, Ryan, he had talked about watching Kansas City. He says, they just look like they're having fun out there. They have more fun than anyone else. The way they run offense with the exotic sets of plays that Andy Reid's calling, Travis Kelce catching those shovel passes. They're doing option stuff with Alex Smith. And then the defense, they're just having a ball chasing it.
I like it. Hunt, Hill, and Kelce, those just seem like guys you want to hang out with. They are having fun.
Certainly do, yes, and they are undefeated.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On third down, Bradford. And he's able to find Diggs. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. 70 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Forbath out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Breeze now. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Breeze to Ingram on the draw. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Breeze. And his throw here's incomplete. Kobe Fleener, the tight end, his intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. On 1st down, Breeze. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Daniil Hunter coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and And down he goes again. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Bree's going to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Sherrills to return it. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he's got some space here.
Okay.